It is what it
It
is.
is what it is.
I love it. C'est une conversation. It's barbershop talk.
Yep. There's not even stressing.
Unless some bullshit and I gotta think about my bullshit. We, especially football, I feel like we neglect the mental part of it. It's very hard. I feel like last season was my hardest season mentally. We went through a lot. Actually, ever since I got pro, I'd say it's been more difficult mentally than what I was used to. Like everything used to be so smooth. I used to expect stuff, and those stuff would happen. But when you get to the pro level, you got to be ready to face adversity, and the last few years we faced adversity. So the mental part is something I definitely got to check in more. Take more time and ease the mind because we often think it's all physique, but the mental part really is what starts everything. So that's something we gotta focus on a little more for sure. Passion. I think it's just being passionate about what I'm doing. It's not. I mean, I don't feel like I woke up and I had some special. It's just I breathe football. I've been doing this since 2003, so 20 years deep. 21, going into my 21st season, and I'm still loving what I'm doing. So it's just passion. I mean, when you wake up and you love what you're doing, it's easy to do it. So, and that's basically what I've been going through last majority of my life, honestly. I've changed. I'm a competitive guy. I hate losing, and that's part of me. I told you earlier, control what I could control, and this losing part, it happens in the sport I play. I mean, undefeated teams are practically. I don't think there's a lot of undefeated teams in football, honestly, and the being a pro, like everyone's getting paid. I'm getting paid to do my job, and my opponent's getting paid to do his job also. So, um, these are moments you got to understand. You got to regroup. I got to regroup, and when you learn, what made you lose. But ultimately, it's a team sport, and I can't be bearing everything on my shoulder. Like the reason why we losing is myself. So that's something I learned to let go, especially pro, because the longer the season, the more you lose, the more you can lose your head. So yeah, that's something I learned for sure. Playing at home is crazy, honestly. Getting support from my family, my close ones, that's the most important thing because, I don't go through this alone. They with me most of the time. I mean, every time. And, when things go bad, they're there to help me out. It would have been different if I would have been in another city because now we got to deal this whole situation through phone. And just the fact that I'm home and you got human contact, everything's so close, everything's so reliable. I mean, it's every kid's dream to represent home, and I was lucky enough to get drafted here and being able to play for my home city. Now, obviously, ultimate goal is to bring the Grey Cup back, but it's baby steps, and you gotta understand, it's not gonna happen overnight, especially when organization's been going through a lot of stuff lately. But hopefully we got it settled down with a new owner and everything, and we're working towards the right direction to get that done. There's a moment, especially during COVID, where I thought about it because obviously with social medias you get to see like everything that's happening, and we've heard about the CTEs and all that. But I think that's one of the advantages of being home because now I could work on my stuff outside the field and get stuff settled for me to get the transition smoothly once I decide to hang it up. But yeah, obviously it does worry you because I've seen situation where guys were lost and didn't know what they really wanted after, because football is really like that's a family. You're 60 guys deep, year in year out, so you create a bond, and especially if you've been playing for a long time, you've been knowing the same people in the same group of guys for like the last 10 years, and once you're out of that ecosystem and you're left on your own, you're really left at looking for yourself because you don't really know what you like outside of this. So yeah, I was blessed to get the opportunities to witness other situations where I was able to adjust myself so I could get that fixed for sure. Obviously I didn't get to where I got by myself. they was behind me, they was pushing me, and at the end of the day, once this game is all over, once everything's said and done, they're the people I go back home to, So, and they're the people that really know me. Like, I mean, being a pro athlete, you're gonna be portrayed through the media as such and such, but like people that really know you, and you go back home and don't have to talk about what you do at your job. I mean, that's worth everything, honestly, because like I said, the season could get a toll on you, and I don't want to go to Carrefour and be like, ask, hey, how's your season? How's this? Like, I'm seen as a football player, so the first question that's going to be asked about me is, how's football going? How's this and that? So going back home, I don't get to, it's how you been? How's everything? Yeah. It's going to be my 21st season since 2003. So yeah, I mean, majority of my life. And I'm trying to transition out of it without any issues, without any regrets. Like I was watching a documentary talking about Kobe, and it was saying Kobe, when he retired, he had no regrets. He didn't miss the game. He didn't feel like he had to be out there, and that's where I'm trying to be. Like, once I step away from it, or once it's taken away from me, I don't want to be like, damn, I should be there. I should be on the field. I want to be like, it was fun. I remember when I used to do this, but it's time for others to cherish it. So that's why I'm trying to transition that. Obviously, you gotta prepare the after. That's first and foremost. You gotta be ready. You gotta know also that this doesn't last forever. One of the issues with us football guys is, it's a good thing. We don't look in the future too much, and we enjoy what we have. But obviously, it's a physical sport. Um, Injuries happen, and there's a business aspect to it. So I mean, you could get cut any day, any moment. So um, is that going to affect you? Is are you gonna have a adapt? Are you gonna have to adapt in the next few months to like figure out what you're gonna do? Those are stuff you gotta have in the back of your mind. I mean, obviously you don't want to think about it because you want to have a positive mind, but it can happen. So you gotta prepare for it. And if you're not prepared for it, then the whole mental issues and everything could just pack on and get to you. So that's something people gotta, especially us football players. Well, if I had any advice for young football players watching this, is there's an after, and football is gonna end, and you got to be ready, but you got to do the most because it's a great platform for you, and it could bring you places you would have never been. So use football, and don't let it use you. I know I'm gonna have to work after football, but I wanna cherish time more than anything. So I'm just trying to figure ways out. So once I'm done with this passion, because waking up going to football, I'm happy. I want to have the same feeling once I'm done with football and I transition to the new life. So I don't know if I found my passion yet, and my passion might be coaching, but I didn't have the chance to go through that. But there's obviously there's avenues I'd like to try first, and but most importantly to me is waking up and being happy and going to work and enjoying myself. I wouldn't want to work for $1 million and being mad every day waking up. To be honest, so that's me. I did play hockey. I played hockey for 4 years, but and that was the year Subban was going crazy too. So everyone wanted to be Subban, especially as a black kid. But then to me, hockey wasn't really my thing. I mean, I had a little passion for it, but I mean, I wasn't always happy going to hockey. Like waking up at 6 a.m. going to practice. I mean, I wasn't as happy, and I was doing good in football. So I actually started football by accident. My mom thought she was putting me in soccer because football back in Africa is soccer. So she thought she was subscribing me into soccer, and I got to American football. And my first practice, I fell in love with the sport. You could ask anyone, as I was 8 9 years old, telling people I was gonna go play pro football. And obviously, your teachers are gonna tell you that's not a real job and this and that. But I really believed in myself and knew I had the passion for it. So I just stuck to it, and it happened. So um, to me, it was a long journey, and The reason why I really cherish what I'm doing now is because I remember when I was a bit younger, these were the moments I was praying for. And now that I get to live it, even though you go through hard times and not it's not always easy, you just got to remember where you come from, because these small moments and these small opportunities don't happen to everyone, and I know a lot of people wish to be in my position. So um there's something that like I like doing, going back to what I used to want, and focusing on the moment and enjoying it. I don't like people telling other people's what they can and can't do. So that to me, as a young age, I wanted to prove people wrong. But the reason why I got this mentality, I got to give credit to my coaches. I've been surrounded by great coaches, and they changed my life, the way I see things. They taught me about leadership, which was some really important. And I grew up learning about leadership, and I can't be all talk and not action. And me saying from a young age I wanted to go, I had to make sure I had to be the first in line, and do the things we had to do correctly. So um, I was surrounded by great coaches, and I give a lot of kudos. And obviously my parents. I mean, my parents, they always supported me, even though they told me I had to have a plan B, which my plan B for them was football. But um, they supported me, and it's good to have a good household, and being able to rely on people, because at the end of the day, I'm here today, but without them I could have been anywhere else. We had a owner, and things weren't going as well or as planned, and basically he decided to sell the team or step down during the season. And yeah, I mean, these are all things you don't want to really like focus on when you're playing, but they're happening. So there's a toll, there's questioning and everything. So um, I mean, everyone wants to be in a stable environment, and it was shaky. So we went through it. I mean, kudos to the leaders we had, and we went through it, and we were able to pull through. We almost got to the finals. We lost by a touchdown. So but those are situations, man. I mean, that's when you got to be a pro, and that's something I learned this year. See, that's this something that it never happened to me. So going through everything, it's like it's going fast too. So, but the veterans and the guys that have been in the league for a long time reminded me that these are the moments they pay you to be a pro. So yeah, it was cool, and I got that under my baggage. I feel there's a lot of guys that are playing pro right now. Have been through been through a lot of seasons and never had what we had this year. So, this is something I can cherish for sure. Yeah, I got good people around me. I got to give kudos to people. And like I said, this is not me waking up and being like this. People still distant me, and people around me make sure, like, I stay on the path. So once everything's said and done, I could be at peace with it. So I got to give kudos to the peoples around me for sure. I mean, there's no situation where I could be out here lacking for real, because they gonna get on me. So um, everyone around me knows, like, and that's what I appreciate about the people around me. It's not about, oh, you this, you did, oh, you made it. Now they want me to be the best version of myself. So um, yeah, they keep me accountable every time. They keep me in check, and I gotta make sure to be in check too. At the end of the day, I'm not representing myself. I'm representing everyone that's around me. So last thing I want to do is disappoint those people. Being so disappointed about the result so often, I learned that this doesn't dictate what I've been doing and what I've been enjoying. The result's gonna happen, and I don't control that. So um, learning to love the journey, because I mean, I love practicing. I get to laugh with my teammates, crack jokes, and this and that. Travel, visit places I wouldn't have been. Like I said, these are stuff that, like, I gotta appreciate, because once it's said and done, win or not, I got the chance to do it. So that's why I got process driven, and let the result take care of itself.